Hello everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. Today we're going to talk about Saturn sitting in your fifth house. All right, let's get started. So Saturn sitting in your fifth house. What is Saturn? Let's first talk about that. Saturn is delay. Saturn is patience. It's hard work, persistence, perseverance. Saturn is a fair judge. It's a fair elderly judge. Saturn rules your knees all the way down to your ankles. Saturn is also a servant leader because it leads via a servant attitude in mind. On the hierarchy where Sun is the king, Saturn is the servant. So it wants you to lead with a servant attitude with no ego, with humility. Okay, Saturn is discipline. And that's what Saturn resonates to me. Now let's talk about house number 5. So what is house number 5? House number 5 is your self-expression. It's your children. It's your love. Your romance is seen from house number 5. It's your knowledge that you have, not just your education, but your knowledge, your overall knowledge also. It is a house of speculation, house of fame, because Sun rules originally house number 5, so it's a house of your fame also. So house number 5 definitely is a very important house in the Kalpurush Kundali. So now when Saturn sits here, what can it do? Okay, it can cause a lot of delay. Maybe it can delay you having children. Maybe it can give you children, but that happiness that may come from the children, it could delay that happiness itself. It could give you your romance, your love. There could be delay in that. Maybe you have struggle getting the knowledge that you want to get. Maybe your education is somehow impacted. Okay, it is also the upper part of your belly, your stomach. So it could maybe perhaps give you some issues with that part where you have to focus on what you need to fix in your diet, in your exercise maybe, or just a medical point of view. So that's what happens when Saturn sits here. It's not a no. Wherever Saturn sits, Saturn is a fair judge, as I mentioned. So it's going to do justice to that section, to that house, but it will definitely cause a delay to get you the aspects of that house, to get you the beauty of that house where it sits. Now let's talk about the aspects that Saturn places when it sits in your house 5. The first aspect Saturn places is going to be on house number 7. What is house number 7? House number 7 is a house of your spouse, your life partner, spouse, your business partner, your business itself, your mediation, your negotiation, those kind of things that you will see. So when Saturn places an aspect on this house, Saturn is going to want you to work hard and show courage in that house. Okay, so you may think that your spouse is not the best. Well, you have to show courage. Even if your spouse is not the best, you still have to show that your spouse is the best. You still have to treat your spouse the way that they're supposed to be treated as a spouse. Okay, because you didn't get a good spouse doesn't mean that now you're going to mistreat them. So you still have to show courage because God gave you that spouse for a reason. Now you have to show the courage and do the hard work that's required in that house for that spouse. Maybe it's your business, and it doesn't have to be one or the other. You know, maybe you don't have a spouse, maybe you do, but you still have a business also. So maybe it's the business. You'll have to work hard in showing that your business is doing really well. And you have to work hard on your business also. Okay, so the next aspect, it is going to be on house number 11. That is a straight 7th aspect of Saturn onto house number 11. That's his second aspect. What does Saturn want you to do with its 7th aspect? Well, it wants you to be fair to that house. Okay, it wants you to have discipline in that house. Don't take any shortcuts. Be fair and don't treat that house wrong. That's kind of what Saturn wants you to do when it's placing that 7th aspect. In this case, Saturn is placing that house, that aspect on the house of your older siblings. So Saturn wants you to be fair, okay? Saturn doesn't want to take advantage of your older siblings. Saturn does not want you to take shortcuts. So you may face issues, you may face struggle with your older siblings, but remember, if you treat them fairly, Saturn's going to bless you with that. Saturn is going to treat you fairly if you treat that party fairly. House 11 is also the house of your higher income. House 11 is older siblings, your awards, success, achievements, your network, your social circle, your friends when you've grown up. Those are the things, your parents' younger siblings, those are the things that Saturn shows you from house number 11. So when you treat that party fairly, when you treat your friends fairly, when you work hard enough to treat your higher income fairly and don't just get shortcuts to get higher income, when you really work hard to get your success, your awards, your achievements, that's when Saturn will bless you. Now let's talk about the last aspect of Saturn, which is the 10th aspect. It's on your second house. What is second house? Second house is the house of your wealth. It is a house of your family, the family you grew up with, your initial days, your traditions, your values, your speech, your mouth itself, your face. So when Saturn is placing this 10th aspect on the second house, as I've told you before, if you've seen the other videos of Saturn in house 2, the 10th aspect is going to be one of the toughest aspects, hardworking aspect that you have the most struggle with most of your life, because you're going to want to perfect that aspect. But that aspect is the one that could take you to heights. It could give you fame, the kind of fame you can't think of. So you're going to notice that if you have Saturn placed in your 5th house, so you're going to notice that wealth accumulation is a big task for you most of your life. You're not able to get either the correct means to accumulate that wealth, or something or the other keeps happening. Maybe it's to do with your speech. Maybe your speech is impacted. Maybe you're trying to get your speech to be perfect, but it just is not happening. So those are the areas you're going to need to work on when it comes to that 10th aspect on your second house. Do write us in the description on what you see in your life happening in the comments. If you have that 10th aspect on your second house, if you've got Saturn sitting in the 5th house, we'd love to hear from you. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and do not forget to hit subscribe, like, and share. And we do offer horoscope consultations, so reach out to us if we can help you in your life. Thank you so much for watching.